Hi everyone, it's Wendy. It's been a long time since I've actually done a video. I've had a few mishaps and I've not really been in the mood for crafting, and I did have a fall and I've not been able to get in my craft room. I had to rest my foot as much as possible. Anyway, I am now back with a vengeance, as they say. I've got lots of ideas in my head. But today is my design team make for Rach and Bella crafts. For 2026, one of the ladies has sort of helped Rachel take over the running of the design team. So she thought it was a good idea to split us up into teams. So you'll probably get a video every day, nearly, of the month. And this time I'm on team C. So this video will be coming out later, in maybe end of March maybe. But we are playing with a few new kits from Rachel, absolutely stunning as usual. But first, my make is belly bands, and Marie has put a thing with a twist. So she's given, previous to this video going out, one team was doing tags, but you have to do it with a twist. So mine is belly bands. So I thought my twist is to put the belly band on an envelope instead of on a book page. So this is one I've done. These are papers from the Perfect Pink backgrounds, but I'll give you a little flip through of those in a minute. So it's just a normal envelope that I've made from a paper, and I've just put one of the journal cards from the kit, which is called Spring in Your Step. So that's 2 journal cards I've made there. So I've put one journal card inside the envelope, and this is just with a twist fasten. And this journal card I've just put a little dangle on and just slots underneath the belly band. And this one is the same with a journal card. I've just put some of the ephemera from the Spring in Your Step kit and a different fasten on the envelope here. So I decided to, I think making these for the sample, I've decided that I'm going to do the belly band all the way round and let it work as a closure, like so. Because this one I just put the belly band and just turned it over and glued it down there. Then I decided to make a closure for the envelope. So I will go through that, but first I just want to give you a quick flip. This is the Perfect Pink. Shh, Rico, excuse my dog. There's a man across the road. This is the Perfect Pinks backgrounds, and they are just upside down. Just a quick flick through, and the beautiful shades of pink. And I'm going to put these in a journal, which I will put together off camera, and I will complete it and show you at the end of the video. Excuse that. And there's a lot of papers in this background kit, and Rachel does it A4 and USA letter size as well. So that is that one. Then the other kit that's available in the Ko-fi shop, these are just 2 of the background pages I've got ready to make my envelopes, which I will show you in the next part of the video. This is the Spring in Your Step kit, and I only printed a fraction of it out. There is so many pages. So there's some lovely pages, and I'm going to incorporate these in the journal as well. Based around spring and Easter time, cute little bunny rabbits. See Easter there, absolutely beautiful. Then there's part of the kit's got ephemera and fussy cutting. So I will use these for the journal cards for my next envelopes that I'm going to show you. There's some cute little birdie ones there, and then sort of collage pages. So I'm going to crack on with doing some ripping and cutting. I've cut the ephemera out from a couple of the pages, but there's so much of it, honestly, it's just loads of it. So I've cut a lot of it out, and I shall be back with making the envelopes and making the belly band, and then I'm going to get the journal together and show you that as well. Be back shortly. Okay, I'm back now. I think I've done all my preparation. So I'm back with the Perfect Pink background kit, and what I've done is cut one of the pages down to a square which measures 8 inches by 8, and I've just noticed I've got a little tiny white edge on there, so I'm just going to trim that down a fraction more so it's slightly under 8. But what we need to do to make these envelopes, dead easy, and you've probably all done it before, is get your ruler, measure, or you don't need to measure, just mark corner to corner roughly in the middle with a very light pencil mark, and the same across the other diagonal, just so that where they cross, where the line crosses, that's where you need to fold. So I'm going to go with one fold from the side and this fold. Make sure the points meet, then your edges should be parallel. And I'm just going to get my little rubber thing and rub that little pencil mark out, and that should be the start of your envelope. Now I like to just get my scoreboard just to get this fold, so I'm just going about 1.5 centimeters from that edge there, and go down and fold that one in to get a nice fold, and the same on the other edge, about 1.5 centimeters. Oops, just gone off the score line there, and fold that one, and you should end up with a nice envelope like so. Now what I like to do then, there's not too much bulk in the corner, is just cut into these corners like so. You can round it or just cut it, it doesn't really matter because it's going to be hidden once it's glued down. And the same on that one. You've probably all made these envelopes before. I think I've done a tutorial on them. And get rid of those bits. Then decide which way is going to be the top. I'm just trying to see, I think that's where's the writing, so I'm going to have this as my top, so I'm just going to round that one, which I think I need a new corner rounder. It's not very sharp on thin paper. Then here I just want to fold that back to meet the top of these sides, and then I'm going to fold it back in just so that it looks a little bit neater there, and stick that down like so, and then just put a dab of glue down the edges of both the side pieces and the flap, and glue that down. So that's one envelope ready. You can ink round the edges if you want to, and I've prepared this one in exactly the same way. Pretty roses. Both pieces are from the kit, and I'm just going to glue those sides down. I hope you can't hear the traffic noise outside. It's a little bit busy when I'm filming this. Right, so that's 2 envelopes done. Now for my belly band, what I have done is some of the offcuts of these 2 pieces I've glued together And it doesn't really matter that, you know, it's different papers. I've just glued them both together and made sure that they're long enough to wrap around my envelope to make the belly band, because this is going to be covered up with lace, so it really doesn't make any difference. So I'm just going to wrap it round. I want to make sure it's straight, so I'm just getting the edges together like so. Now I'm just giving it a little bit of leeway. So what the ones I showed you before, I did glue the belly band down, but this is going to be a wraparound belly band. So I'm just making sure it's not right up to the edges, it's just a couple of millimeters off the edges so that it's easy to slide on and off, and that will also act as the closure for the envelope as well. So I'm just going to glue those edges down and put some glue on this edge like so. Give that time to set. Now I want to make sure that it's not glued to the envelope, so I'm just going to carefully slide it off and give that time to set up. Now in the meantime, what I have done is I have cut a page of the journal cards out from the Spring in Your Step kit. So one is going to go inside the envelope and one under the belly band. And I admit my mistake, I stuck the tab on, well, it was upside down when I stuck it on. It was only when I was coming to put the eyelet in that I realised. So this is going to have to slide in from the left and this one slide in from the right. So I've just punched a hole with my crocodile, and I've got a little tiny grommet here, one of the smaller sizes, and I'll set that in, and this is to have a little dangle like so. And I've got a lovely little heart made from book pages with a little butterfly with parchment wings, and I've got a little bulb pin to attach that to the edge of the journal card, and that'll just hang off the edge of your page. So they're ready to go. Right, let's put this crocodile away. Right, what's next? Right, decorating my belly band. Now here, let me just shut this drawer, get my desk up here. I've got a bag of lace. Now I do want a lace that's got an edge on both edges. See what I mean? Now I'm going to decorate that. Now that's going to be on the front of the envelope, so I'm going to take it all the way round. See, it doesn't really matter that you've got two types of paper. So I'm going to measure that all the way round to overlap a little bit there. Just trim that off. I'm afraid these Tim Holtz snippers aren't the best for material. Right, fabric glue. I've got some like 3-in-1, but I have just let it down a bit with acetone, and it's a little bit more runny. So I'm just going to put the lace on there. And take it round the edge, the other side. And then overlap it and glue the edges down like so. And I'll just put a bit more glue under the flap there. Put a bit more glue on, and hopefully that will stick down. Now that's just seeped a little bit there, so I'm going to leave it, just going to dab it a wee bit there with my cloth and let that set, hopefully. Just put my pin back in there. Now we can decorate the belly band even more by adding some of the ephemera. So I'm just going to see if we've got any smallish pieces. See, those are the two that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And that was the fastener. But I decided that I like the idea of having the belly band going all the way round, and then that can act as a closure. So let's just have a look if, oh, that would look good, the little watering can, because one of the journal cards has a watering can on, the one that I did upside down. So I'm just going to quickly ink the edges of that. Just making sure my camera is still filming. So I'm just going to finish the one off with you today. There's a little bit of seepage around there. So I can just stick that over where the join of the paper is. And the spout is going to stick off the edge a little bit, so I'm going to try not to put any glue on there. Like so. So you wouldn't know that there was a join under there, hopefully. See, that's just the watering can spout sticking off the edge. Right. So this is my, I think I'll use the other envelope actually, and then it's a bit of a contrast. This one. Really pretty papers. I love this dusky pink. I'm just going to ink quickly the edges of the envelope. Now I have cut the white bits off the, oh no, I haven't cut the white bits off, but I have got the pages from this kit, the pink and the spring in your step, spring onto your stepper, and I've got them into signatures. Right, so that is going to be the front, onto the front of the envelope, like so. And then one journal card with the watering can and one inside the envelope. So just slide the belly band down and you can get into the envelope like so, and then slide the belly band back up to close the envelope, and then onto the, let me just make sure that's the right way. So turn it, doesn't really matter for the inside. In fact, I'm going to do it that way, right. Not that it really matters. And then that slides on. The flap slides under the belly band to fasten, and then this journal card goes just under the belly band, like so. It can be decorated up more than, you know, as much or a little as you wish, but I didn't want to have these dangles too bulky in case that was on the inside of the journal page. So I'm quite happy with those, and this is the belly band ready to be decorated the same way as that one, and a journal card inside the envelope. Right, I'll just quickly show you my two signatures. But that is my belly band with a twist, and the twist is it's on an envelope, not a page. And then my signatures, again, I've used all of the pages from the Perfect Pinks background. I've left some of the ephemera and journal cards cut out. All I do for the journal cards and the ones I just used in the envelopes is get a ruler, put it on the edge of the journal card and just tear down, like so. I do like the torn edges, like that, dead easy. And then just a bit of ink on as well. And I've cut these journal cards just slightly bigger so that they will all sit on there together. So that's that. Right, signatures. I've kept one of the pages to cut in half and use for the front and the back of the cover. I've kept a couple of the pages from the same kit to use if I need extra envelopes or pockets, etc. And this is one signature. I've yet to cut the white edges off, but I'll be trimming it down anyway to make sure, you know, all the pages are symmetrical. And I've just put a bit of coffee dyed paper in between as well, and some very thin, not quite tissue paper, but it's got a nice crackle to it, and they're just so pretty, aren't they? And the centre spread I'm going to keep facing the other way, and then I'm going to do a little set of my concertina books on both pages. And then I've made these in the past. I've got this one ready. It's just got tags and stuff in, journal cards, and that gets stitched in with my signature. But I was waiting until I had everything ready to go, so that just goes wherever I decide, and you stitch that in. So it's going to be quite chunky with two signatures in, and I've got another one very similar, little pockets and envelopes and stuff. This is just out of my shoe boxes in my stash, so that's going to go in the other signature. Then I've just pulled a couple of pockets out from the stash as well, and they can go in. Got to use all my bits up, so that's two signatures ready to go. And this is going to be my front cover and the reverse cover. I shall make the cover probably out of 2 thicknesses of cardboard. So that is my Bellyband with a twist for Team C for Rach and Bella's Design Team 2026, and perfect pink backgrounds and spring into your step. So thanks for joining me today, and I shall put links below to Rach's shop and web page, and I shall see you next time. Don't forget to leave me a comment and click the subscribe button. Bye. Okay, I'm just back to do a quick little add-on to the video. I was playing about with some pages, and I was on YouTube and I saw a tutorial by Natasha at Treasure Books called a Blizzard book, which some of you may have heard of. I hadn't. So I watched her video, and then I put a search in for Blizzard books and found a couple of tutorials, which I will link below. But this is my second one. My first is just a sort of mock-up, but I just loved it. And I've added some papers inside, but I'll show you as I go along. I'm not going to show you how to make it, because just use the links below, and I just think it's a great idea. But like I said, I have never seen it before or heard of them. Anyway, this is some of the sheets of paper from the pink kit, and a few of the ephemera from the Step into Spring. So I've just tied it together with some ribbon, put a little dangle on. As you know, I love making my dangles. Put some lace on, and that is the spine. That's how it's all stuck together. This is the makings of the inside of the book. So you can make it as thick or as thin as you wish. And this is just 2 pieces of card off the back of a paper pad, and 2 pieces stuck together, and then folded the paper over. And I made mine into a birthday book. I printed these sheets out, I made them up on my laptop, and I gave a book with these in to my slimming lady as a Christmas gift. Made a little book just for birthday reminders or notes or something. So I folded each, obviously, month and popped in. Now you'll see the folds in the tutorials, but that's how it is. You can either put a piece of paper straight across like so and just fold it in, and make that as your pages. Or Natasha made little booklets and put a little dangle on each spine so that the dangles were hanging off the edge of the page. But I just thought I'd slot them in there like that. And so there's obviously January through to December. And this is just made out of an old atlas book page, map book, sorry. So I'm really happy with how this turned out, and it's a great make for one of my junk journal groups. So I'll be doing, or will have done it with them by the time this video goes out. And you can, you know, take them out, renew it for next year, things like that. So I just thought it was really, really good, really clever, and I've never heard of a Blizzard book before. So once again, thank you for joining me, and please leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. I do read them all and I do reply to them all. And I shall see you next time. Bye.